Welcome, Biddy fam, to number one daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, we're breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as the latest breaking news. Brazil's largest bank to fund a new MicroStrategy copycat. That's right, they're going to be buying 210 million worth of Bitcoin just to start. And this is the first Latin American company dedicated to the Biddy. Bring it. Also breaking news, $3.5 billion coal mining company buys 42 million worth of Bitcoin as Biddy spreads like wildfire. We'll also be discussing Coinbase to launch a yield-bearing Bitcoin fund for the institutions. Institutional FOMO like a MOVO. Supply shock in play. Also, crypto ETPs hit the third largest inflows on record at $3.4 billion. Also, Strategy just added an additional 15,355 Bitcoin for a $1.42 billion purchase as the Bitcoin price maintains above 90 G's. And also, Strategy is synthetically halving Bitcoin, according to an individual author and analyst named Adam Livingston. Interesting theory. I'll be breaking down for you. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin could hit 210,000 this year. That's right. According to this top analyst at this firm, this has never been shared before, so I'm excited to share it. It's right in alignment with the power law model. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Let me know if the stream is clean and smooth and glitch free before we get any further. I'm repping the infamous 100K Bitcoin Fiesta Puerto Rico style shirt. Limited edition, by the way. Shout out to the Oracle. I finally was able to hit up the post office, so you and Amari have a surprise on the way. We appreciate all your efforts. Shout out all of our moderators and all of our members, Huddle Gang, MicroStrategy, Satoshi. Shout out Chandy, the one and only Chandy 10 in the building. What does that say? Sound JV? No sound. Uh-oh. You being for real? What do you mean no sound? Is it choppy already? I don't know. It's being weird. Shit. I don't really know what to do. Let me see something on my end. Strange. Yeah, I don't know what the issue causing the glitchy. Interesting. I always do an internet test and it's always perfect. And then I start the stream and it's choppy. Don't know what to do there. But we're just going to have to get through it. Yeah, it's definitely Streamlabs' fault. I take no responsibility whatsoever. So Streamlabs, how dare you, in my Greta voice. But hopefully it fixes itself. Yesterday it did. I don't know what else to do. Glitchy video. But as long as the audio is good, to be quite honest with you, I think you can bear with it. I don't really have any other options. So early stream today. But nonetheless, if you guys can still comment, quote the stream, I'm going to go ahead and pin it to the top of the profile. And yeah, I'll be reposting all comments and quotes of the live. You're going to notice it already at the very top. And we're just going to dive through all the news, all the bullishness in the market. I think we're likely to recapture $100,000 this week, recovering six-figure mark. Let me know your thoughts, yay, nay. Sound is good. And I think the glitchiness of the video chop will probably just fix itself. There seems to be gremlins in the airwaves. I mean, I blame it on the lizard folk at this point. We're going to have to strike the gong. That's right. Light up the bong. Thank you, Chandy, and the rest of the fam. Just checking the comments. I'm going to hit you guys with a theme music, and we'll continue from there.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life. But Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome everyone to today's live stream. It's Monday Fun Day. Sailor, as anticipated, announced a 1.42 billion purchase, even more bullish than I anticipated. I was calling for a $1.1 billion buy. So let's go. Also a new copycat, MicroStrategy, in play, being birthed virtually every day as the institutions are looking to stack the biddy. You're not burning the stage, JV. That's why the gremlins are working overtime. I know. So I got to make up for it, strike the gong, and definitely need to start lighting that sage. Dancing in my chair, watching from Cornwall, England, keeping it fair. Shout out Fairground for holding it down. Sean the Gardener. And I got my espresso cup number 2. It's very early. It's 1 p.m. early stream today. The early bird catches the bitty worm. A wise man once said. 100,000 this week, bullish. Now we're talking. That's what's up. That is what's up. Shout out Husker Daco. What it do? My head's swaying and bobbing. I dig it. Yeah, man. But I'm just going to continue to repost you guys, and then we'll kick it off with our market watch here in a moment. This is a try stream. We are live again on Rumble, YouTube, and X. Shout out East Afro. Much appreciated. Fairground, Trevor Fay, Chandy 10, SS, Sweet Bitty McGee. What it do? But keep the comments coming. Already on my 3rd cup. Well, I got some catching up to do, don't I, Oracle? I'm catching up. Watch out now.
Oh, bring me up, bitty glow. Prize discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a bitty.
Stacked revolutionary love shack. I'll put the raspiness in the voice when I have to. That's how we do.
Stacked revolutionary love shack, boo. Stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy.
Stacking sats because tax is crazy. But anyways, without further ado, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes. Go ahead, subscribe. We're the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Then ring the bell, turn on all notification, and raise your consciousness at the same time. Today is pod episode number 1976. I'm your host, JV. It's April 28th, 2025. A lot of bullishness in the market. So let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. You can see Coin 360 pulled up on your screen. Pretty little bitty, correcting just a little bit with a divine omen, down 0.11% on the day. You know I love those 11s, rocking the 100K, which is a 10 on your screen. That's a sexy bitty blackjack, baby. We also have Ether correcting, XRP and BNB and SUI breaking out and in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap currently sits at a staggering $2.94 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap, 1.862 trillion. We got roughly 87 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours, meaning it's up 45% on the day. And the Bitcoin dominance is coming in on the rip at 63.4%. ETH dominance at 7.2%. And as Aerosmith once said, get a grip. Haha. Now, checking out top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours. We got Deep leading the pack up 21%. That's a sexy bitty blackjack. Virtuals Protocol up 21% as well. And Monero up 15%. That's right, one of the top privacy projects there. It's been pretty quiet, though, I should say, for the past couple of cycles. Looking to make a next move. We also have the pudgy little penguins doing its thing. But which alts, if any broskies, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the day. And as you can clearly see on your screen, it's pretty divided, 50-50 red over green. And zooming out a little, we take a look at a weekly. This is a good sign. Virtually everything in the green. And zooming out on the monthly, hey now, I'd say 80-85% of the market in the green. Not too shabby, eh? And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today we're 54 neutral. Yesterday at 61. Last week at 39. And last month at 26 in fear. And checking out the infamous time chain calendar. We have 155,676 blocks until the halving of 2028. And we're currently on block number 894,324. And as of today, you can exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 1,064 sats. So pick up the sats, put down the gats, pick up Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. And if you don't know, now you know. Broskies. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Shout out Serge, CNA fam. What it do? Good to have you here, brother. Husker Daco in my state, Arizona, has the final vote today for the Bitty Reserve. Big news coming out of Arizona A. Bring it. Bullish. Already on the 3rd cup. Again, I'm catching up right behind you. Watch out now. Yeah, we all have the gap of the CME future sitting at 92. Oh no, what if we corrected all the way down $1,000 to close the gap? End of the world. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker. Burn. Just saying. One of my favorite anthems as a kid right there. I'm striking the gong. For the caffeinated broskies and bitty baddies in the live chat, this one is for you. That's right. Double doobie Mondays for Bring Facts. But yeah, again, welcome everyone joining us. Live stream, tri-stream. We're about to dive into today's TA. Lots of bullishness in the market. Excited to be here. Share with you the latest bitty news. Checking the X feed. The stream is pinned to the top of the profile. Shout out Chandy10. She's the greatest. And thank you for being my megaphone and spreading the good word, the holy gospel of Satosh. We preach each and every day. Shout out Brandon Martin, my bitty broski. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out Fairground again. Settle jump in with the crypto news. Shout out Steven, the crypto surge. You heard? JV and the Nibinator are now live with the best of the crypto news. Much respect. And our one and only Oracle, make sure you're following her on X. JC Ice baby. Dun, 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 dun. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. We got the best fam a man can have, or a nip. And give it up for your co-host, Nipinator, former chairman of the SEC. Good to have y'all here. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to continue to get caffeinated up because I got caffeine in the canteen.
Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me. No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the bitty like it's Nipsey and JV. Stacking the bitty like it's paper and Chandy. Stacking BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess that makes biddies the damn queen. Stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream. Like Biggie, it was all a dream. Now the biddy has set me free.
Going, let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold them, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
I've always been a rapper, honky cracker, but now I'm a pastor, Bitcoin stacker. Now I'm a master of the Bitcoin standard. Hit 'em up faster than the Bitcoin panda. You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bruh? Let me know. Welcome to the Bitcoin show.
And again, welcome everyone. Hey JV, I have the shirt you are wearing hanging up in my room right now. I haven't wore it yet. This is going to sound weird. I haven't washed it yet. I refuse to wash it. I want to keep it pristine. I've only rocked it thus far on the podcast one other time. So this is my second time rocking it. Haven't washed it, not planning on washing it. We're going to keep it pristine. I may even have to get a Chandy10 autograph and hang it on the wall. You just never know. And shout out Bring Facts for bringing the gift to the 100K party. Chandy created the image using the AI, of course, or it's actually a real image. That's Chandy and I when we were balling. We got the moon right behind us. And Fax printed it out and gifted it to us at the Fiesta, and we got some other shirts as well. So shout out OG, Bring Facts, the one and only. Shout out Tammy Hatcher. Keep up the Bitcoin vibes, loving the music. I have that hat packed in the bag beside me too. Thanks for the souvenir. You're welcome. My pleasure. Nipinator Mono. That's right. But anyways, we're about to dive into our TA, Astrology for the Broskies. You got to come to Vegas, JV. I know, it's a rough one. But yeah, big event coming up literally 1 month out, end of May, right? But next story of the day, do a little astrology for the broskies, a little TA. Headline here reads, Bitcoin setting up for the break to the all-time high as capital flows into the bitty ramp up, according to the on-chain analyst himself, Willy Woo. And also pull up some of the live charts here shortly. Veteran bitty analyst Willy Woo, the OG himself, says the pretty little bitty is setting up for a potential break of the new highs amid the growing capital flows. Posted on X, Woo shared with his 1.1 million followers, another divine omen, 1.1 million in play, that the fundamentals have turned bullish for the bitty, and its current structure is not a bad setup for a breakout to new all-time highs. That's right. Quoting him here. Capital flows into the network are ramping up. Both total and speculative flows have bottomed. When both align, they join forces And the force is strong to make a bullish environment anchored in the fundamentals, and as outlined here in this chart showing you the Bitcoin network flows. The near term, Wu says there's a high chance of more sideways price action before the Biddy gains the strength for the next leg up, noting that his volume weighted average price indicator is relatively high. We refer to this as the VWAP, JV, mess him up indicator. It shows the average price of an asset over the period of time, but weighted for trading volume. Quoting him again. But in the short term, on-chain, the VWAP is at a 3 standard deviation, meaning it'll be hard to move upwards with a decent momentum due to the overextension. However, sideways action, or in the most bullish case, a slow grind upwards is the order of the day. Supersize that mofo. Bitcoin is setting up for another parabolic break to all-time highs if the capital flow trend continues. It's a solid long-term setup. All dips are for buying under the present regime. In the very short term, there are good chances of dips. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Willy Woo. And in other massive breaking news, Brazil's largest bank, Itaú, to fund a new MicroStrategy copycat called Orange Angels in the orange, angels in the cold storage. It's all in the orange. Just saying. Shout out Chandy 10. They will buy 210 million in Bitcoin just to start. This is the first Latin American company dedicated to the Biddy. So another Bitcoin acquisition company. And we just got the big news that Jack Mallers is going to be the CEO of another Bitcoin acquisition company backed by Tether and Howard Lutnick's company, Cantor Fitzgerald. The name of that one's 21. So the game theory continues. Biddy broskies. Also, more bullishness. $3.5 billion coal mining company ARPL buys 42 million worth of Bitcoin. Nothing to see here, but the pretty little Biddy spreading like a motherfucking wildfire, to say the least, and we don't need no water. Let the wildfire burn. Burn, wildfire, burn. Just saying. But there you have it. Big news in the market show. And I promised to pull up some of the live charts, so let's do it up. Doing it big. Check it out here in the 1 hour chart brought to you via TradingView via Coinbase. We do have some corrective candles obviously in play. We're currently just above 93,700 at the time of the live stream. And zooming out from there, we'll get a broader perspective, checking out the 4 hour. And as you can see, rising wedge formation overall, but big corrective red, 2 red candles in the past 8 hours. So as of this morning, a little correction, but it's all good in the hood. Also, bear scenario, 86.2 according to the 4 hour, and are working our way backwards. We'll check out the daily. We did have 7 green consecutive daily closes, and of course yesterday was a big weekly close. We'll pull up that chart next, but on the daily we have a bull scenario. A target sitting just shy of 112, which would introduce us back to price discovery, which was last seen January 20th, inauguration day, when we tapped the current all-time high, a 109.3. Bear scenario on the radar, just shy of 69 G's, baby. And zooming out a little further from there, we take a look at the pretty little weekly candle chart. Sexy cup and handle in target in play. Big green candle formed for the past week. And in fact, for the past 3 weeks, we have printed green bullish weekly candle closes as we have regained our momentum. It's going up forever, Laura. And zooming out from there, we take a quick look at a monthly, and the monthly says, dun, 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 God bless the Nippinator. And big green candle forming, not the biggest one we have seen. November is the biggest green candle we have ever had. However, a pretty sizable candle being formed. I believe there's only 3 days left for the month. And likely to close here bullish as we continue the bullish momentum here in the second quarter of 2025. And also, I remind you, it is literally 1 year after the halving of April of 2024. Typically, history has shown us 12 to 18 months preceding every halving since the very first halving of 2012, Bitcoin reaches the cycle peak. Will that happen this time around? You guys let me know, and I'll read your comments out loud. And again, welcome everyone to the live stream. Make some noise as we're living the Biddy dream. And Nippinator just gave us an indicator. 100K in play. CNA don't play. Meek Low buying a Range Rover with a Biddy. He must have been an early adopter to the Bitcoin. I wonder what you're worth. Bitcoin JV is personal. I would never press. Stand back now. Stand back with your COVID vax. Just saying. Things are looking on the up and up. Let's just say I've done quite okay. But be humble. Sit down. Like Nippinator. Self-custody all the Biddy as of today. This is the way. That is the way. Congratulations. Only properly self-custodied Biddy is protected and unconfiscatable. Only keep on the exchanges what you can afford to lose at the end of the day. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but that's the name of the game.
Now listen up closely, low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis. In El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies, raising up the biddy like Gohan.
Living in a hollow house, we're not the pawns. Let's biddy up, babe.
Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Hollow house strong,
Yeah, we built it this way, know when to hold 'em. Yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin's dripping like a new Scottie Pippen 80 G's.
We're royalty, biddy kings and queens.
Manifesting the kingdom that's finally come, playing chess moves.
Checkmate, we won. We're raising the roof in El Salvador.
Freedom flows, IMF
Can't hold us no more. Stacking BTC like NIP versus the CAT. Stacking the biddy like BTC OGs. Nipinator catching the CATs. We're stacking the sats. Nipinator's stacking the CATSs. And I can't even say the word. He'll go crazy. I spell it out. He gets all excited. Give it up for the Nipinator, your former chairman of the SEC. The one and only. Shout out, Sweet Biddy McGee. This gong strike is for you. Checkmate, we won. Cheers, fam. Let me tell you something. Again, welcome everyone joining us. Good day in Atlanta. Shout out Tammy Hatcher. 70 degrees. Beautiful weather. It's a little rainy and cloudy here in Puerto Rico, but always hot. To be expected. I got everything off the exchanges yesterday. Cheers, family. It's going up forever, Laura, because there is no second best. Well said.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Take that, Laura. How dare you question the biddy? Yeah, man. Plug into the Discord. Don't be a stranger. This is live and interactive, by the way. Over 500 people on the live stream. Try stream. We're so back. Preload Biddy's looking to recapture 100,000. In fact, we'll probably do it as we're jamming out the Chandy Jams on a pump watch, because that's typically how we summon the Bitcoin Rooster Dragon. Matthew 6:33 states, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. This verse emphasizes prioritizing God's rule and aligning with his morals. And speaking of God, this gong strike is for his holiness. Bitcoin has no top. Fiat has no bottom. Let's get it. Sasquatch, welcome fam. Welcome everyone joining us. Pump the likes, pump the stream. We did our TA, so let's dive into some bullishness. Discuss this Bitcoin yield product from Coinbase. They're about to launch this fund for the institutions, offering 4 to 8% returns. Another way for them to produce income off of the biddy. That's right. Coinbase, the world's largest exchange in the United States of America, said they're aiming to offer Bitcoin exposure for institutional investors outside of the U.S. The fund targets an annual net return of 4 to 8% on the Bitcoin holdings. That beats the 1% they offer for the savings yield account at your local bank, doesn't it? Just saying, quoting them here. To address the growing institutional demand for the Bitcoin yield, Coinbase Asset Management is excited to introduce the Coinbase Bitcoin Yield Fund. The fund is backed by multiple investors, including Aspen Digital, the digital asset manager based in Abu Dhabi, regulated by the Financial Services Regulatory Authority. It's official. We come in like a missile in this piece. The yield will be generated through the cash and carry strategy. When I grew up, we used to have a supermarket called Cash and Carry, ironic enough. But anyways, through the difference between the spot Bitcoin prices and derivatives, and unlike the Ether, the Solana, and the rest of the shit coinery, Bitcoin holders can generate passive income through the staking. That's right. The GAP fund is aiming to fill, according to the announcement. Bitcoin yield funds have emerged to address the limitation, but these funds generally require institutional allocators to take on significant investment and operational risk. No risk, no reward. The new fund seeks to lower the investment and operational risk typically associated with the Bitcoin yield products, which Coinbase says will better align with the risk appetite of the institutional investors. Maybe this will help continue to usher in the institutional FOMO like a mofo. Coinbase cited growing institutional crypto adoption as the reason behind the launch of the funds, which may have been the reason behind Bitcoin's significant price recovery over the past week. Bitcoin rose from the dead like Jesus rose Lazarus. I was just saying. More than 9% of the week leading up to April 28th, bolstering the ETF inflows, which we'll dive into deeper later. Over $3 billion worth of volume for the institutions, quoting Ryan Lee. No relation to Bruce Lee, but the Bitget Research chief analyst. Retail interest may surge. Shout out to the crypto surge. If Bitcoin breaks the coveted 100K level, fueled by the media hype and the FOMO. Monitor 94.95 resistance for the potential retail re-engagement. I got my eyes on the biddy. And meanwhile, Arthur Hayes, just Blaze, predicted this might be the last chance, final call for alcohol broskies to buy the biddy below the 100K as the incoming U.S. Treasury buyback signal the next significant catalyst for the pre-low biddy going up forever lower. And if you don't know, now you know. Broskies. Again, welcome to the live stream. What do you do? Love, we calls them people. We call them POOR. We call them something like that. Speaking of Sailor, that's a classic jammy jam right there.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
Sailor's like, what are you, crazy lady? Sell the asset at a profit. We're hodling forever, and we're just going to continue to buy until we own 42 million Bitcoin. But Michael, there's only 21 million. I don't care, JV. I'm just stacking, and we'll figure it out. All right, Michael, so be it. Now go home and get your shine box, your employee of the month. Minus Jack Mahlers. He's the real employee of the month, announcing the big Bitcoin acquisition company called 21. That's a sexy bitty blackjack, baby. Shout out Mr. Corvette, Sweet Bitty McGee. Bitcoin as a form of the currency is dead. For now, it's about the TradFi. 2025, Bitcoin is nothing. That's because Bitcoiners are smart and they don't want to use their Bitcoin to buy shit. It just is what it is. We're using Bitcoin as a store of value. Pristine collateral. Unconfiscatable, impregnable. It's borderless. It's going up forever, JV. And I digress. Last week, I literally had someone tell me they bought the biddy, but an ETF because they don't want to actually hold it. You can't fix stupid. I mean, it is what it is. Hodl House strong. Yeah, we build it that way. We holding, never folding. That's right. Bitcoin's golden, hence 2.0. 2.0 golden. Not that old school poor man's Bitcoin golden, Peter Schiffmeister, golden shower golden. We're not talking about that. Don't get it twisted. Don't you know how to pump it up? Yeah, JC needs to start answering the phone.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up, you've got to pump it up.
A bada boom, a bada Bitcoin. Yeah, we can play that for Sweet Bitty McGee. Always love to take requests for the Chandy Jams. But anyways, I think we should head on to our next story of the day. What do you guys say? Next story, 3.4 billion worth of volume for the ETPs. We're so back. That's right. ETFs are massive inflows. ETPs bounced back with their third largest inflows recorded last week. Global crypto ETPs, which are exchange traded products, aka ETFs, posted 3.4 billion of inflows the trading week, April 21st to the 25th, marking the highest level since December of 2024. Inflows were just 13% below the all-time high of 3.85 billion seen in the trading week, December 2nd to the 6th of 2024. Renewed investment interest into the crypto ETPs came as the biddy broke above 90,000 last week for the first time since briefly retesting that price mark back in March. That's right. Bitcoin was the primary winner amongst crypto ETPs last week as investors poured in 3.18 billion into the Bitcoin ETFs. The fresh inflows covered all the previous outflows seen since the beginning of April, with the year-to-date inflows extending to $3.7 billion. Meanwhile, crypto ETPs assets under management have reached a whopping 132 billion, while total assets under management surged to a whopping 151.6 billion dollars. And apparently Solana's the big loser. Not surprised there. Be careful with that shitcoinery, broskies. The fresh crypto ETP flows were distributed across all major issuers, including the United States and Europe. And of course, BlackRock's ETF saw the largest inflow last week at 1.5 billion, with ARK and Fidelity following at 621 million and 574 million, respectively. Now, the reason for the spike. Remember Spike from Tom and Jerry? He was the dog. I miss Spike. Nippinator does too. The latest inflows mark a notable trend reversal for the crypto ETPs, as the majority of the issuers are seeing massive year-to-date inflows from the previous week following a series of outflows in 2025. James Butterfill says the new inflows likely came from concerns over the tariff impact on corporate earnings, as well as the notable weakening of that U.S. dollar, fueling demand for the safe haven assets. The inflows also came as the gold prices saw a noticeable decline after breaking out, hitting a new all-time high of $3,500 per troy ounce. Peter Schiffmeister was doing backflips in his sleep just off of that news, but it's already corrected some, and trust me, Bitcoin's going to outpace gold for this year, so don't get too excited, Mr. Schiffmeister, and I'll leave you at that. And again, welcome everyone to the live stream, TriStream, 700 people here, live on X, live on Rumble, live on YouTube, and looking to take over the world like a young pinky in the brain, broskies.
Stacking BTC like Tate versus the BBC. Stacking the biddy like BTC OGs. Stacking BTC on Lightning with no fees. Stacking BTC like Snoop Dogg rolls weed. Stacking BTC like Scarface with a nosebleed. Stacking BTC like Shinobi, nobody knows me. Stacking BTC like everyone owes me. Stacking BTC like Max and John McAfee. Stacking BTC, accumulating stats so rapidly, so happily. Stacking BTC so casually, no casualties. The galaxies around Earth fallacies. Stacking BTC on a flat Earth with no gravity. Stacking BTC cause Bitcoin is your majesty. Let's biddy up, babe. Yeah, we built it this way, know when to hold 'em. Yeah, we're holding, never folding. Bitcoin glow, stack it up, let it show. Price discovery, patience, game on, let's go. Biddy up, Roger out. We're changing the world, there's no doubt.
Look at that cute little turtle. Looky here. No relation to Janet Yellen. Again, welcome everyone to the live stream. TriStream, lots of bullishness in the markets. Shout out Hillbilly Will, Bring Facts, KZY, Crypto, Chandy, Sweet Bitty McGee, it's going up forever. Laura, there is no second best unless you're talking about Shandy 10. Hey now. Yeah, appreciate all the love. Keep the comments flowing. The stream is pinned at the top of the X profile. This is how we hack the algorithm. For those that don't know, now you know. Never folding. Yellen not related to the turtle, not whatsoever. They do look pretty similar though. If there was a twin, I'd be like, yo, what are you getting? I mean, it's... But anyways, next story of the day, yo. Here we go. Michael Saylor announced a $1.4 billion buy, and we anticipated it. He posted the infamous Saylor tracker yesterday. We called it. So yeah, they just added 15,355 Bitcoin for $1.42 billion as the price surged above 90,000. Here's the official tweet, both posted by his company Strategy as well as the Giga Chad himself. Strategy acquired 15,355 Bitcoin for $1.42 billion and $92,737 per biddy, and has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 13.7% year to date for 2025. And as of 4/27/2025, we hodled 555,555 biddy, acquired for $37.9 billion. Insane, right? At an average dollar cost average of $68,459. So, I mean, there's only one Giga Chad. That's pretty massive. 555,000 Bitcoin, one company. And his goal is to own 10% of the supply. And I think he's more than halfway there, yo, which probably be like 1 million Bitcoin-ish. But yeah, Strategy added to its massive Bitcoin stash and continues to stack the biddy. Now 535,555 Bitcoin, worth more than 50 billion. Strategy's latest buy is the largest purchase since late March, when it bagged 22,000 Bitcoin for almost 2 billion at an average price of 87,000. And you know he loves buying that dip. He's going to be buying it forever. And announcing the purchase, Saylor said the firm achieved a Bitcoin yield of 13.7%. Not too shabby. Shout out Mikey. Strategy's Bitcoin yield is an indicator representing the percentage change of the ratio between the Bitcoin holdings and the assumed diluted shares, amounting to 74% in 2024. Another divine omen for my numerology specialists out there. Anytime you see a 7 and a 4, that's an 11, just saying. The company expects to reach a Bitcoin yield target of 15% this year. In 2025, let me know if you think they'll be successful. Strategy's Bitcoin purchase came as Bitcoin caught significant bullish action for the last week, surging 8% from around 87. In fact, we bounced from 84 to nearly 94. Bring it. In the period between April 21st to the 27th, Bitcoin traded at 95 at the time of the writing, slightly above the price on January 1st, but still lower than the all-time high. In fact, 109.3 was achieved all the way on Inauguration Day, Jan 20th, but they put 21st. I'll accept it. Blackjack, baby. As Strategy beefed up the Bitcoin stash alongside the Biddy rally, Saylor continued to post the bullish messages to the community on social media, quoting them right here. You can still buy the Biddy for less than 0.1 million. That's a fact, Jack. He also says, stay humble, stack sats, which we all know short for Satoshis. He linked the message to the screenshot of Strategy Portfolio Tracker, reflecting the company's Biddy purchase for the timeline of the price chart, and that's why we knew a big announcement was coming down the pipeline today. The news comes as Strategy is inching towards 100 billion market cap. They're also looking to become the largest Bitcoin bank in the world, with MicroStrategy shares surging roughly 23% year to date, trading at $368 at the time this article was published. Let me know if you're bullish on MicroStrategy in the Giga Chat. Holla at your boy. And again, welcome everyone joining the live stream. JV here, live and in the flesh. Blood on the hands, blood on the streets. I got blood on the Biddy. Don't come sniffing. Okay, now we got some bars. I'm bullish on the as what for the GME. Bought long options. Yo, where's GameStop at? Are they going to purchase the Bitcoin? They raised like 1.5 billion, something like that. They allegedly were sitting on 4 billion. That gives them 5.5 billion. What are they doing? Are they waiting for a dip or what? GameStop, talk to me. Who cares about a roaring kitty? Boring kitty, not me. I'm for the bitty. I'm for the nippinator. I'm for Nipsey, not for that weirdo Kit Kat kitty. Kitty cat stacking the sats. Stack the sats. We got to bring that one back. Bullish as what? Word up. I love it. How could you not be bullish on the Giga Chat? DNA Noonan, watching the greatest show on the tube. Love your brother right back at you. And if you don't know, now you know. Looks like we got 900 people on the stream. Not too shabby. I'm checking the X feed right now. What more can I say? That's right. Thank you, Serge. And shout out Chandy Fairground, Hillbilly Will. Hillbilly Will. How many times did this moron freeze up as if he's some like lizard folk? And shout out OG Bring Facts and the rest of the fam. The fam-a-lamb. But anyways, let's continue with the news. We discussed the latest with the MicroStrategy purchase, right? I got some new Giga meme too. Been making hundos. Oh, word? So you've been posting the memes. Good. Starting to see the Biddy Lomas from the private banks. 8% APR. Word, and a 25% loan to value. You said at your local bank, Bitcoin products. Let's go. Bullish. Sweet Biddy McGee. All right. You guys ready? Next story, yo. How do you like them apples? I was born on June 11th, 1974, 11/11. JV 1174, that's Crypto Surge. Exactly, brother. That's an 11/11 omen. You got 2 11s in your birth date. Bring it. So I was born in 83. 8s and 3s are 11s, just as 7s and 4s. And I was born on the 11th, so there's another 11/11 omen. And my daughter shares the same birthday, ironic enough. What's the odds of that? Same exact day, February 11th. Another 11/11 omen. What up, James Smith? Shout out War Paint. Sweet Biddy McGee. My birthday is 7/24/86. Oh, snap. I'm going to call you Junior. Do some astrology for the baddies. I know. I always do the astrology for the broskies. We're going to have to switch it up and do some real astrology someday for the baddies, of course. But anyways, next story of the day, fam. Keep the comments flowing. Greatly appreciate the support. We discussed 1.4 billion buy, right? Next up, this is interesting. From an analyst saying strategy is synthetically halving the Bitcoin. I haven't even read it yet, but I'm about to dive into it for you guys. It just seemed like an interesting headline. Max chimed in and he wrote, synthetically halving Bitcoin. Oh my God. Now I've seen it. now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. So we might as well break this baby down and see what this is all about. Again, welcome everyone joining the live stream, try stream. So yeah, Sailor strategy is synthetically halving the biddy by purchasing half or more of the newly minted supply from the miners every single month, according to Adam Livingston, a Bitcoin analyst and the author of The Bitcoin Age and The Great Harvest. Livingston said the miners are currently producing around 450 Bitcoin per day, or approximately 13,500 biddy per month. But Strategy acquired 379,800 Bitcoin in the last 6 months. Can you say supply shock? This translates to the firm purchasing roughly 2,087 Bitcoin every single day, far in excess of the daily miner output. They also added when Bitcoin becomes this scarce, access to Bitcoin will require paying a premium. Lending against the biddy will cost more. Borrowing against the biddy will become a luxury. Business reserved for the nation states and the corporate whales, and Strategy will control the bottleneck. He also says Bitcoin's global cost of capital will no longer be set by the market. It'll be set by the gravitational policies of the first Bitcoin superpower, Strategy. The author's prediction of the supply biddy crunch translates into the much higher Bitcoin prices if Strategy can continue its pace of Bitcoin acquisitions while the market demand for the supply cap digital asset grows amongst the institutional and retail investors. And if you don't know now, you know. Cypherpunk and Blockstream CEO Mr. Adam Back predicted Strategy and other institutions that have adopted the Bitcoin corporate treasury plan will drive the market cap of Bitcoin to 200 trillion. In fact, that was our feature story on yesterday's pod. If you missed it, you know what to do, quoting him here. Strategy and other treasury companies are an arbitrage of the dislocation between the Bitcoin future and today's fiat world. Critics of the company warned that the debt-based approach to the biddy acquisition could sink Strategy financially if a prolonged biddy bear market takes effect, and also warns of a greater systemic risk of the biddy from such a high concentration of the digital currency held by a single entity. However, Bitcoin advocate and author Saifedean Ammous, author of the Bitcoin Standard, says Strategy's concentration and laser eye focus of the biddy doesn't threaten the protocol. Ammous argued that institutions like BlackRock and Strategy hold high concentration of the biddy could not engineer a hard fork increasing the Bitcoin maximum supply, as it would massively devalue their holdings, which at the end of the day belong to the shareholders with the power to divest. So I'm going to repeat Max again, synthetically having Bitcoin. Oh my God, now that I have seen it, I can't unsee it. So I agree with Max and Saifedean Ammous. I don't think Michael Saylor having a Bitcoin acquisition company or having the largest Bitcoin bank is a deterrent. In fact, he works for us. Now, Michael, if you're watching, as much as I respect you, please go home and get your shine box. How many of you got the front run strategy, meaning you adopted Bitcoin prior to the first publicly traded company listing it on the balance sheet back in 2020? If you're in that camp, let me know, because shit, he's been pumping our bags. He's going to continue to pump the pretty little biddy. He's never selling, and we all know it's going up forever, Lord. And if you don't know now, you know. Shout out to everyone in the live stream. 900 people, 900 folks. How we doing? Can't wait to get some of the 21. Toss in the 21, Cantor Equity. We jumping in. You jumping in, Greg? Is that company officially live? Did they launch with the 42,000 Bitcoin they claimed they were going to do? Let me know. And if you don't know now, you know. Thank you, Chandy, on those reposts. Illegal surveillance. What a cool username. Thank you. Keep the comments flowing, broskies, baddies. Appreciate y'all. If we can flip in the green, we may flip the pod into a pump watch, jam out to some Chandy jams. We'll see how the market reacts here in the next 15 minutes. I want to hear 3 words. Here we go. Let her rip, tater chip. A wise man once said, once banks provide the on and off ramps for the biddy, let go of my ego. Snacking the biddy. That's right. 94 incoming. Yeah, 94 is right here, yo. I dare say 100K this week. You guys agree? I think the bullish momentum is back. We bounced from 74. That's 20,000. Like 2 weeks ago, we were like 20,000 lower. Were we not? So we're up. We're on the up and up. The upswing is here. Call me Don Mattingly or Babe Ruth in this bitch. I'm just going to point to the outfield. And you know what happens from there. If you want to pump watch, my friend, then you got to play the bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin fairy tale. 220,000 by July. In fact, we're going to be discussing a 210,000 target here coming up. You already know. And also there's the power law model suggesting 200,000 incoming. Max Kaiser's been calling for 220,000. So you already know. Shout out Brian. It's going up forever, broski. Shout out Mr. Corvette. Just donated a $20 super in my favorite Bitcoin orange color to match the cap. I love the orange. Bitcoin always up. Shout out to the angels in the orange and shout out to Mr. Corvette. You got the triple bang bang, bitty bitty bang bang. Love the 100K call this week. I wanted it Saturday, but we'll settle for this. Word up. We didn't get lucky. We were not weak. We bought the bitty. We were thirsty. We are not sheep. We're unique. We have the pretty little bitty beat. We wear the pink. Pretty much. We do the doing doing. Sexy dragon slaying the bitty. We're the 5th level future wealthy gifted with the prophecy of the bitty baddie slake. Chandy dropping the bars. I can feel a new song in the ether. Anyways. Again, welcome everyone. Next up is our feature story. Let me know if you guys are ready to jump in. Head first. We'll make like a fetus and head out if we have to. Oh my God, I love that song for the title, JV. Bitty bitty bang bang. Bitty bitty bang bang. Bitty bitty bang bang. Bitcoin, dragon spit flame. Lava pump through the veins. Crypto, how you doing? We have our own Bitcoin slang. We're 2024 dragons. We don't slay dragons. We're dragons that bang. That's the remix. I'm writing one live with Sweet Bitty McGee. I dig it. I can't wait to hear your guys' first collaboration. It's going to be fire, I'm pretty sure. 94C. What's a C stand for? Junior? Anyways, love you, JV. Right back at you, Mr. Corvette. Appreciate the support. Looks like we just crossed 1,000 people on the stream. I'm going to check the X feed one more time. Look at that. Hulk buying the bitty. Even the Hulk buys the bitty. Good point, little Larry. I like it. I just reposted you, brother. And I'm going to repost everyone from the BTC News Alerts, my secondary account. And then we'll continue with our feature story of the day. And we'll do some live Q&A. And if we can flip green, which we're on the cusp of right now as we just recaptured 94, screw it. We'll flip it into a pump watch. And we'll keep the Chandy Jams playing for 10 years straight, an entire decade. By that time, Bitcoin will be 20 million per coin. All of us will be wealthy. And we'll still be watching the stream so we can listen to the Chandy Jams. And I'll never have to do another podcast because we'll just keep the pump watch going for 10 years. And when I come out, I'm going to have a beard all gray, like Pai Mei from Kill Bill. And I'll just be playing chess on the stream. We won't even be talking about the news from that point. Bitcoin will have appreciated so much, it's all irrelevant at that point. And I'm sticking to it. I can't wait to be rocking the Pai Mei beard because it gets me excited. Hoorah! Yeah, hoorah! Hoorah! Anyways, I think I got everyone reposted, fam. And Sergio reached out to me today. He says there's some caps on the way. So we got some new Sergio caps, which I'll be rocking as soon as I receive them. BitcoinCaps.net, cop your very own. Y'all freeze me then, I'll meet you on the other side. Come on through to the other side. Siamese. Yeah, there you go. Let's go, bitty bada boom. Bada boom. I bought a Bitcoin. Yeah, man. Repost the repost of the retoast. Wait. Avocado toast. This is a different song than the other one. Oh, cool. So you guys are probably working on a few different tracks. Looking forward to all of them. Glad to see it. The ladies collaborating here. The bitty baddies for the win. Can I get an amen? I was just checking the mail. Get it? Checking the mail. How many records do you expect to sell before you're... Hello, Eminem. Making fun of Versace. Oops, somebody shot me. I was just checking the mail. Get it? Checking the mail. Oh, yeah. Girl, you got surprises. Let's go. Bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Breaking banks, baby. You know how we do it. Banks don't stand a damn chance. We'll shut down your bank just like they shut down the Peter Schiffmeister's bank right here in Puerto Rico. Suave. Rise the chicken rise. I don't know what that means, but eggs are the new Bitcoin. Unvaxxed sperm, the new Bitcoin. I don't know. I give up. But you guys ready? Mom spaghetti. nervous, but on the surface, Nippy looked calm and ready to drop deuces. Anyways, watch the banks capsize. Yeah, screw the banks. We don't need them. They need us. They've been enslaving us for how long now? Too long is the answer, broskies, indeed. But yeah, we're about to dive into our feature story. You guys ready? All right, let's do it up. No freeze frame. Nope, we got the freeze frame. Spoke too soon. But it's all good. As soon as the freeze frame is done, we continue. All right, here we go. Now for our feature story of the day. Bitcoin likely to hit 210,000 this year in 2025, says Presto Research head. Long term is like 6 months. How cool is that? The analysts acknowledge that market conditions this year haven't been as expected, specifically the challenging of the macroeconomic environment and the market reaction. However, he described the recent corrections as a healthy adjustment, suggesting they laid the stronger foundation for the Bitcoin progression towards the becoming of the mainstream financial asset. Quoting him here from seeing the show notes below the video in the description on Rumble and YouTube. I always include the resources I'm getting the news from. I never just make up the news. If you haven't figured it out and you've never actually watched the live stream, maybe you only listen to the podcast version, which is the audio, but everything is obviously found from wherever. But this particular story comes from CNBC, Squawk Box, and it was posted here, and I have the links in the description. And it says here, quantitative trading firm Presto predicts the Bitcoin price can hit 210,000 this year. It's a 2.5-minute clip of Peter Chung making his prediction. No relation to Chung Lee from Street Fighter broskies, but hey. Anyways, I was always more of a Ryu kind of guy anyways. Hadouken! Chung also discussed Bitcoin's dual nature, describing it both as a risk-on asset and digital gold. That's right. It's a double-edged sword. That's right. He said the Bitcoin typically behaves like a risk asset driven by the user adoption and the network effects. However, during periods of financial stability or instability, such as the 2022 outbreak of the Russia-Ukraine conflict or the 2023 Silicon Valley banking collapse, Bitcoin tends to act as a safe haven asset, similar to gold. These movements are rare, Chung explained. They only happen when the market has doubts about the stability of the US dollar-denominated financial system. When in doubt, stack the preload biddy. Why? It's going up forever, Laura. And while Bitcoin has lagged behind the gold during the recent market turbulence, I repeat, turbulence, Chung suggested the biddy could catch up and potentially outperform traditional safe haven assets by the year's end. You're damn straight. I second that. Let me know if you agree. Chung also reaffirmed Presto's target for Ether, maintaining its valuation model based on the Ether to Bitcoin ratio, reflecting confidence in Ethereum's ongoing network improvements. Here's what's interesting. Ethereum achieved the current all-time high of roughly 4,500 back in November of 2021, 4 years ago. And currently it's like 1,700. It's not even half of what it once was, which is pretty wild. And Bitcoin has clearly been outpacing Ethereum. If you look at the Bitcoin Ether charts, I mean, it explains what's really happening. So I don't think ETH will likely outpace Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been outpacing ETH and likely will continue to outpace Ethereum. Since Ethereum switched this protocol, a lot of people lost trust. Yeah, I mean, also considering it's centralized, also considering it has an infinite supply, they can just continue to print it out of thin air, no different than the US dollar. And now the crypto folks are recognizing this. So expect Bitcoin to continue to outpace Ether and expect the Bitcoin dominance to continue to outpace the Ether dominance, which is the trajectory we've been trending. Just pointing out the obvious, broskies. And echoing Chung's views, Bitwise CEO Hunter Horsley said in a recent post that Bitcoin surge to 94,000 has occurred with minimal retail participation, noting Google searches for the Bitcoin remain near long-term lows, which would explain why the traffic is so down on my YouTube channel. I just can't explain it. Finally, an explanation. Anyways, according to Horsley, and I wonder if his last name is Horsley because in a past life he was once a horse, like Mr. Ed or something. I don't know. A horse is a horse. Of course. The current rally is being driven by the institutional, clearly, financial advisors, corporations, the BlackRock, and even the nation states. The type of investors buying the biddy is expanding. Quoting Horsley right here. Bitcoin at 94, yet Google searches for the biddy near the long-term lows. This haven't been retail-driven. Institutional advisors, corporates, and nations have come into the space. The type of the investors buying the Bitcoin is expanding, and that's right, it's not coming from retail. Previous cycle, it was all about retail. This cycle is all about the institutions. It's all about the sovereign wealth funds. It's all about the nation state adoption. It's all about Bitcoin for the treasury, Bitcoin for the enemies, Bitcoin for the Kennedys. That's right. Bitcoin's over Hennessy. Bitcoin, 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 because it goes the doing. Simple. Corporate Bitcoin treasuries hold nearly 65 billion. Another sexy 11 omen. 6 plus 5 is an 11. 65 billion worth of the biddy, according to the BitcoinTreasuries.net. An April 22nd analyst from Standard Chartered. Primary shareholder of the Standard Chartered Bank is none other than BlackRock, largest asset management giant in the world, currently controlling 11 trillion with assets under management. They said the institutional Bitcoin demand from the ETF and the traders seeking a hedge against macroeconomic risk could cause the biddy price more than double this year. And I've had way too much caffeine today. But I digress. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst. 210,000 in play. Yay, nay, holla at your boy. And welcome to the Q&A segment of the live stream. And happy 1111 people on the stream. It don't get no more lit than that. I'm going to strike the gong. We're going to celebrate a sexy little doing. And if you don't know, now you know. We did most of the stream glitch free. It was a little choppy in the beginning, but we got through. We had faith. Keep hope alive. There we go. 11. You always got to outdo me, sweet Biddy McGee. I'm going to hit you with the 11. Oh, yeah. There are some power outages today. Y'all see that? Who thinks they're going to try some blackout outages this week? Yeah, who knows what the lizard folk are up to? Always up to no good. Just like Kathy Wood, always up to no good. Wait, that was Inglewood. Okay, Bitcoin over 100. Coinbase will be, they always go down. Anytime we're on the cusp of a new all-time high, oops, we're down. Oopsie. You got to have faith. Amen. Wow, great. 100,000 today. I'm on the altcoin. The what? The outdoing. The doing. Yes, that's different. Portugal and Spain outages. Can I get a rising wedgie? Going once, going twice, sold to the man in the back. Did you hear your lighter upstairs, JB? Oh, yeah, so it's in the garage right now. Unless I have another lighter in here. Let me look. And the sage is in the closet, but I appreciate the reminder. I'm absolutely going to grab the sage. I do it now, but I'm in my boxers, and I don't want to embarrass myself. But yeah, we'll definitely bring back the sage to the show. It's long overdue and we need it. So that's why we've been overtime on the gong strikes, the biddy bong strikes for the broskies. All right, I'm literally dying, loving JB on the caffeine. It's great, keeping caffeine in the canteen. If you don't know, now you know, broskies. Will you be in Vegas for the Bitcoin Cup? I'm not going to be there, but I know a lot of our moderators and a lot of the fam are going to be there. There'll probably be 20,000 people there. I know Max Kaiser will be there. I know Sergio will be there. I know Chandy 10 is going to be there. I know our very own Oracle is going to be there. So I'm sure you guys will have a good time. I'll be covering whatever's breaking because I'll be watching it on my computer, especially Max and Michael and the OGs. Heading to pick up the Bay. I'll switch over in the car shortly. Don't play the bada boom till I kick back. I may hit it right now. Just give you a glimpse of what you're going to miss out on.
Bada boom, bada bang. Bada boom, bada Bitcoin, bada boom, breaking banks.
Breaking banks, but safe travels. Have fun with the little one. I got to pick up my little one here shortly as well. We did flip green, so if you guys want me to flip this into a pump watch and keep the stream running a bonus 7 hours, we can do that. It's up to you guys. Or we can end the stream in like 20 minutes. So I'll have to go pick up my daughter. I don't mind keeping the stream running while I'm out and about, coming back. It doesn't bother me as it doesn't require any effort. But if you guys want to continue to hang out, watch the charts, and maybe we continue to pump 95, 96, 97, potentially 100 Gs. We're only half a God candle away. I mean, 30,000. Oh, did they up it to 30,000? Yeah, the one I went to in Miami, infamous Miami story. There's supposed to have been like 20,000 there. I don't know if 20,000 actually show up, but it feels like 20,000 people there. Maybe there was 15,000. So my guess, if 30,000 tickets were sold, probably be 20 to 25,000 people showing up, which is pretty lit. It's a big ass event. Vegas style. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So Make sure to take lots of pictures, of course. We got to have a Bitty Batty meet up in Vegas. Oh, snap. The Bitty Batties getting together to take over the world. What if Satoshi was a baddie? No one's ever shared that theory. What do you guys think? What's the odds? What if Satoshi was a baddie versus a broski? The Sergeant Major is going to try to be there. Who's that? That you, brother? James Smith is going to be there. Sergeant Major, baby. Let's go. Which branch there, brother? Oh, I actually can play the new video because we didn't have any technical difficulties. Let's do that. There's a brand new music video. Feel free to drop the direct link to the X account where you shared it, but we'll share it again. We only shared it once. And then past couple of days have been rocky, so we haven't been able. But absolutely love to play the video. Oorah! I'm not a hater, but all the men build the best things. Wow, coming directly from a baddie. Respect. Men are the greatest, but we wouldn't exist without you ladies. You got to keep it 100, right? It was Adam and Steve. Not Adam and... Wait, it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Thank God for that. I'd do the baddie meetup in Vegas. Sasquatch is going to be there. Let's go. But yeah, let's go ahead and play the new music video, and we'll go from there. Welcome everyone joining us. This is a Q&A segment of the live stream. We got 1,200 people now here. Brand new Chandy music video. Let me load her up, and we'll play this mofo. Enjoy it. It's a fun one. That's the Dragons one. I got to find the title. I don't even remember. We have the Army one.
Attention, set Bitcoin army.
Which one is the new video? I don't remember the name. October 80G's Rooster Dragon. I'm pretty sure I played it once, so it should be here. But I have Dragons New. It's not that one. I have the Army one. I know it's not that one, right? So tell me the name. Refresh my mind. There's the tariff one. There's the president's one. There's the new 80G's one. So I need help. Otherwise, I'm just going to play what I see because it's not in front of me right now. Roller Coaster. Well, that's a throwback one. Or is the name Roller Coaster? Roller Coaster 1 and you haven't played it? I thought I played it. Well, my apologies. Maybe that's why it's not here. I assumed we played it once and it was on the screen and you weren't on the stream when we played it. You were MIA. But I'll just play one of the newer ones I have just so I don't leave anyone hanging. We're going to play the Army one. My choice, because that's what I have in front of me. Enjoy.
Attention, set Bitcoin army. Listen up. Huddle gang, rise up. We go left, 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 right, left. Bitcoin is the IQ test. They bound us in chains. We broke them with blocks. Ghosts of Satoshi pop the locks. Bitcoin goes.
From back was the high rise. We found the flame. Mountain cities, tiny towns. Forged together with the orange race.
I'm a member of the Huddle gang in the Bitcoin army.
A bull stacking sats, guarding calmly. Orange pilled, wearing bitty camel swagger. Roller coaster junkie with a BTC dagger. Came from the silence, woods knew my name.
Cabin on the edge, owls call me to my claim. Quartz in the rock, fire in my chest. Left, 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 right, left.
They can't decode what the spirit encrypted. No backdoor hack, no keys getting lifted. Guard in the flame, can't break what's real. Bitcoin is truth, it's the winning hand, the real deal.
Dying, Bitcoin army pushes BTC.
With a huddle gang, we rise, we ride. Bitcoin army, walk with pride. One by one, while the fiat fighting to use our own money. We're bunkered down and ready when the system wants to FUD me.
Decentral mind can't trace this route. Even NSA can't figure me out.
They hedge with noise, we answer facts. While they chase pumps, we don't relax. We play chess like royalty, we're not pawns. Dragons light in the sky, orange in the digital dawn.
Fringe, we never flinched. This isn't a dream, no need to be pinched.
Rooster struts, dragon roars. Wolf wants in, owl keeps score. We see the grid and we don't forget.
Left, 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 right.
Dun dun dun. Bitty soldiers march forward, up and down. Never gonna sell, we don't sell out, have no doubt. That's a Roger out.
All right. Now, clearly not the new music video I was looking for, but still nonetheless, epic new track. The Bitcoin Army, Jammy Jam. It's really an anthem. I love the new anthem. And there's a couple of newer songs as well. And my goal is to play the proper one tomorrow. My apologies. I assumed I had it on the computer and all that. Maybe I watched it and got confused and thought I loaded it up and got thrown off. But tomorrow we'll play the brand new one with the brand new music video, which is a fun vibe. I like this song. Yeah, it's pretty lit. Bitcoin Army. Show your support for JV and the CNA fam. Hit the like button. Thank you for the reminder. It's going up forever, Laura. Oracle says she's a networking in Vegas. Networking in Vegas. Whatever networking in Vegas stays in Vegas. Are you guys going to be hitting up the casinos? Obviously, there's like 10 million casinos in Vegas. Good stuff. And again, welcome everyone join the live stream. There's a live stream, try a stream. There's a Q&A segment of the stream. I've just watched the music video for the Bitcoin Army. And of course, Chandy, feel free to drop the direct links in the chat. And I encourage everyone to make sure you're following Chandy10 for the #1 Bitcoin music and music videos that go alongside the Jammy Jams. And I know we had a popular request from Sweet Bitty McGee to play the infamous Bada Boom Bada Bitcoin Breaking Banks Jammy Jam. So we're going to play a little bit of that. And I'm going to read the comments. There she is. So perfect timing.
Bada boom, we go.
Laser eyes locked, the biddy is Fiat's eclipse. Bada boom, bada bang. We're Luna high on a rocket ship. No keys, no crown, bada boom, bada Bitcoin. Wow. It's a beautiful day in the Bitcoin hood.
And also there's a music video for this song as well. In fact, most of the Chandy Jams have pretty epic videos. That's why you got to be following her, because her music is exclusively on X. Chandy10 Music is the handle. And feel free to drop the direct link, of course, Chandy. Yay! I got you, Sweet Bitty.
Paper hands panic, huddle gangsters fist. The biddy keeps rising as a superstar should. Loyal to the biddy, we already knew it would. They print and pretend, but we code and defend. Cold storage lock, never trust, never bend. Fiat's the Titanic, watch the central banks capsize. Ledger don't lie, every block crystallized.
Uncorruptible, unchangeable, unbreakable.
Block by block, this train can't be tamed.
I will be taking a, what is that? Gondola. Oh, those are the... Yeah, is that what they're called? Gondola ride, though. I promised Amari I'd get a picture of it. You have to. You're going to go to the Venetian, I assume. That's where that's at. Nice. Enjoy that. And shout out Amari. I'm sure you guys will have a blast. Will that be Amari's first Bitcoin event, or have you taken her to other events? I'm curious. Thank you. Thank you. You're very welcome. Welcome back, Sweet Bitty McGee. Best song in the world.
It's decentralized power lit with a dragon's flame. Prophecy of Satoshi, BTC can't be contained. No more playing Monopoly, decentralized, we reign, we reign. Bada boom, bada bang, bada boom.
Someone asked, Litecoin is Bitcoin's little brother? Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Litecoin was the original Bitcoin fork Correct me if I'm wrong. That was my understanding way back. So oftentimes, especially when I first got into crypto, people refer to Bitcoin as digital gold, and they used to refer to Litecoin as the silver. Litecoin hasn't been doing much past couple of cycles, but typically Litecoin would lead the bull run. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the halving of Litecoin in the past was always prior to Bitcoin, and it would typically lead the bull, and then Bitcoin would follow behind it. But now things are different, and it's all eyes on the biddy because of all the institutional adoption, and not many of the altcoins are being embraced. So, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, guys? It's one of the OG coins. That's a fact. We reign. She is not going. That's her last week of school. Oh, okay. She has to be there. I see. So she's attending with you, but she's not going to be at the event. Maybe be with a babysitter at the hotel or doing something else. It sucks, but she will be getting some pictures. Right on. Trying to find a hip hop song, and it was really hard to find your page. Amazing work. I would love to download to my playlist. Is there another place to find the songs? No. Currently, you can only find Chandy's music on my live streams or on her X account. There is no way to download it unless you have a downloader. It's tricky. That's why I encourage Chandy to upload her music on like Spotify or iTunes or iCloud or places where people upload music so people can download it. But she'll get around to it, I'm sure. But currently, it's exclusive on X. So Chandy 10 Music. But I agree. I think everyone would want to download her music and put it on playlists, and they just can't because they don't know how. So 84 million. Pow. What's the 84 million you're pointing out? And what particular song were you looking to find? Maybe we can drop you the direct link to it. But there you have it. New song and video in the live chat. Thank you, Chandy. Exclusive music. That's why it's so amazing. Exactly. Can't find it anywhere else. It doesn't exist anywhere else. I said it before, I'll say it again. Chandy paved her own lane with Bitcoin music. There's no one else doing it at her scale. There's some Bitcoin musicians that we love and respect, Little Bubble, crypto musician, really, right? And then we have Robbie P, my homie. But Chandy has been the most consistent, producing the most songs persistently. Like, there's now virtually over 4 hours of Chandy jams, literally. So when we do our pump watches, that's what it is. It's virtually a 4-hour playlist, all original music created by Chandy, nothing else like it. So she paved her own way with the Bitcoin genre, Bitcoin exclusive music, no shitcoinery. Not many other artists can say the same because like Little Bubble, it's typically shitcoin music and every once in a while a Bitcoin song. But Chandy is pure Bitcoin maxi music and there's no one else doing it quite like her. Litecoin has 84 million. Jeez Louise. I wonder why they made it a larger supply and they could have I thought it was a legitimate fork so it would have been the same as Bitcoin, but maybe it's programmed different. Enlighten me, please. I don't really know too much about the Litecoin there, Bitfinger. A bada boom, Chandy. A bada Bitcoin.
Bada Bitcoin, bada boom, breaking banks, bada boom we go.
Going.
Laser eyes locked, the bittiest Fiat's eclipse. Bada boom, bada bang, no keys, no crown, we're Luna high on a rocket ship. Bada boom, bada.
She has to be in South Carolina for last week of school. Oh, I'll be sending her pictures from there. Oh, I see. You're sending her. I gotcha. I thought you meant she was going to take. I gotcha. Now it makes sense. She won't be there at all. I gotcha. School comes first. Totally understand. This week is testing all week at my daughter's school. So big week for her as well. Bada boom, Chandy. Read my last comment. I think I read it, unless there was another one. Let me scroll up a little. Boom, boom. No, I think I got it. That was the one. Okay. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate the support, broski, and the rest of the family. Jeff Curry, appreciate the 4 reposts, brother. And shout out Chandy, keeping the reposts coming. You're the best. We're Luna high on the rocket ship. I hate school. Don't we all? I despise school. Still despise school. I did the homeschooling for my daughter after COVID struck because they forced the kids to wear like the mask and all the bullshit. So she went 2 years homeschool, and then she just missed going to school. And so she went back to school. But it's a private school, not public school. So it's really good education. I would never enroll my child in a public school because a public school is just a fancy name for government school. And you know the Rockefeller Foundation controls the educational system. I mean, they require things like poison jabs just to attend the school. But do note, you can get a poison jab exemption. And that's for anybody. In any school, they have to accept it because it's your constitutional right. If you don't want your child to be poisoned with those poison jabs, get yourself one of those religious exemptions, which they'll have to accept. Don't force your children into something you're not comfortable with them doing. Don't allow them to coerce you either. You know what I mean? A lot of evil forces out here in this world. SHA 256, proof of work, maybe the big ETF incoming. Hey, now I read it. Awesome. Exactly. So also when you give birth, do you know the protocol at any hospital by law? They're required to poison jab your child, including with like STDs vaccine day one. Why are you giving newborns STD vaccines? Population control is the answer. It might be hepatitis B or one of these, I forget. So that's why, to get around all the bullshit, because I went to all the, this was 11 years ago, but before my daughter was birthed, I went to all the hospitals, and every single hospital had the same lizard folk agenda of so many vaccines were required by law if you were to give birth at the hospital. So I found the workaround. I found a holistic birthing center called Labor of Love in Land O'Lakes, Florida. And you just pay $5,000 cash, no questions asked, no bullshit, forced poison jab upon your child, no STD poison jab, no poison jab, no jabs whatsoever. And it's a beautiful thing. And also they do things properly. They allow the umbilical cord to finish transferring liquids from the mother to the child, which is very important. At a hospital, they cut it immediately so that your child is more likely to be sick. Also, in the hospital, they separate the child from the mother. They try to convince you need a C-section when oftentimes you don't. I don't trust the hospitals. I don't trust the doctors. I don't trust the nurses. I don't trust the bankers. I don't trust none of these mofos. So I'm so grateful I found the workaround. You know what I mean? No jabs for my baby. Exactly. It's redonkulous. Did that, JB. Amari hasn't had jabs since she was very young. Excellent. That's how it should be. Yeah. Why does the newborn need a hepatitis B vaccine? Population control. The more poison jabs they give you, the more likely they're to not live long. There's no nicer way to put it, right? There's no nicer way to put it. I hate hospitals. I despise them. Oftentimes people check in for something little and they never leave. I've seen it within my own family. I despise the hospital as well. Unless I'm riddled with bullets or stab wounds, keep me out of the hospital. No reason to be there. Just saying. Let me see if I got any interesting memes. Yeah, I don't think anyone loves hospitals. And if you do, there's something wrong with you. Provide any reasons of what could have potentially caused that? Or is it a mystery? Lizard folks, be mad. We know their secrets. Precisely. Damn, I hope to get the live stream today. Yesterday I went to bed. Well, we're here, brothers. Welcome. 94,000. 100K round the corner. A bada boom.
Bitcoin. Wow. Huddle tight, hold 'em tight. Never gonna sell 21 forever.
It's a black